Hey, haven't you been wanting to start a podcast?
Yeah, but doesn't it take a lot to make one?
Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's free, and it's the easiest way to make a podcast. On top of that, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Oh, that sounds amazing. But doesn't it take a lot of work to put my podcast on different platforms?
Actually, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
That sounds fantastic.
On top of that, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
So where do I get started?
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good evening and good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz, and I'm here with Tyrant, Dominus, aka Jesus.
What's up?
And if it's your first time listening, we hope you follow or subscribe. It's free. You can always unfollow or unsubscribe. So let's get into this episode. How are you doing, Jesus?
Doing pretty well. Busy week. This is going to be the second episode we've done in a weekly basis, so for all our listeners, be happy that we've been doing weekly episodes recently for you guys. But a little tired, but good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I just got back from Vegas, so that was good too. I enjoyed it.
How long were you in Vegas?
Monday through Friday. Well, almost through Friday. I was home by Friday afternoon. Excuse me.
The weekday. Okay.
Yeah, just a weekday, so cheaper and not as crowded. It was actually pretty nice. So.
Did you guys do anything fun? Anything? Did you come back loaded? Are you a millionaire?
No, I'm down $15. And no, it's not $1,500. I said 15 last night to my coworker. She's like $1,500. I'm like, no, $15.
Dang, you should have just kept it at the 15,000.
Yeah. And we did Madame Tussauds and the 4D theater for Marvel, so it's just fun. And then we did Potted Potter, which is freaking hilarious. If anybody has ever seen it or want to go see it, I highly recommend it. For all you Harry Potter fanatics out there, my God, that was good. That was amazing. It was a very comical spiel to it, and very much of a parody, but it was still, yes, truly good. I enjoyed it. I recommend it.
Perfect for the October season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping everyone who's listening had a good Halloween season. Now that the Halloween, or basically October is over, I hope everyone had a safe time. But that sounds like
loaded on candy.
That can't have too many sweets anymore these days.
I know, right?
So yeah, I had a reasonable weekend for at least surprisingly for a Halloween weekend. In these last couple years, the Halloween spirit for me has only been like in the horror aspect, as far as like storytelling, films, and the like. Not so much in the traditional like classic Halloween spirits that children have for nostalgia, like the costumes and the decorations like that. I've kind of, as you grow older, either you keep that spirit with you and you become that adult that like decorates their house completely, and no judgment to that,
like me?
Like, so yeah, or you just kind of fall off it, right?
Yeah.
And you just kind of either let it be a passing holiday where it's just another day, and if kids come to your house, either you turn off the lights or you give them candy. But this weekend for me was one of the first times I've kind of gone back into that spirit. I was able to go to a fun event at one of our local
Family fun centers.
Yeah, family fun centers, and just kind of, it was chilly, but it was fun. Everyone was in costumes. I should have, but I was there more for just some enjoyment. It was fun. They had like fun holiday spooky drinks, and a good I would say 80% of the people who went there were in costumes. So it was fun to spot everyone, and people were taking photos. It was pretty enjoyable, and I got to be there with my family, who apparently some of them haven't been to that fun center in like almost like 2-3 years. So like, wow.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, what's been going on with the world today.
That's true. That's true. And just for my sister's birthday, she is born on Hallows Eve, so
Halloween or actual Hallows?
Hallows Eve.
Eve, because you can't say technically Halloween. It's called All Hallows Eve. So you have right before.
There's another name for the 30th.
I don't know. I call it Hallows Eve.
No, I think it's called Hallows Eve. That's what the 30th. Let me double check. This is what the internet's for.
Right.
The name for October 30th. Oh, the Devil's Night.
Oh. Well, she's a little bit devilish.
Devil's Night, Mischief Night, All Hallows Eve. Yeah, those like the three terms.
Really? I thought it was because I know Halloween as All Hallows Eve, because as tomorrow will be All Saints Day, and then the second one will be All Souls Day. So that's how I know it. I know it gets more of a with the Hispanic culture, they do the Latino. They have more of a Day of the Dead thing going on with it.
So, as far as like the internet concerns, as far as the 30th is, it's gone by All Hallows Eve, the Devil's Night, or Mischief's Nights. Those are the three terms for the 30th. So, but yeah, so for that we were invited to my brother-in-law's like boss's like Halloween party, and they're big into the whole like actual costume party. And it's one of those things. Usually we don't do costume parties anymore. We tried years ago, but no one was like kind of in spirit. Like I was saying earlier, no one's really in that spirit anymore. But this wasn't our party we were going to. It was like someone else we were invited to. And we were invited, and I tagged along, and we went to get costumes. And God, one thing is I forgot how expensive costumes are because I never had to buy them, right?
Yeah, you forgot. I haven't. 10 years.
Yeah, but yeah, and then you still got another probably maybe 5 years, depending.
Maybe. Depending on how she goes. I mean, I fell out of the spirit when I was 14 because I was like, I'm in high school. I don't think so. So, but each kid's different, and who knows?
Like I said,
I will still continue to carve pumpkins. I think I still carve pumpkins from that day forward, but I don't think I did trick-or-treating or getting costumes. So
yeah, so this was the first time in a long time I wore costumes, and for sure there's you get when we went to the store, it was fun to see everything because I haven't been to a Halloween store in 2 years, and and it's always just fun to see all the. Oh my God, what happened? Are you okay? I heard something fall.
Yeah, I was being funny.
Oh, I thought something fell. Okay, I'm glad you're okay. But yeah, I was like looking at everything because you get your novel costumes. You got your Batman, your Superman, your nurse and doctor outfits, all that stuff, and then you got your creepy mask and stuff, and things like that. So I went there looking for a costume. Kind of really didn't know what I wanted to be. And it's one of those moments where when I was looking and looking at price tags, God damn, that's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of like, how much do I want to spend to actually go to a party that I'm going for like a night, right? Like, is it going to be worth that? So I think I've literally I found a couple costumes that I like. Oh, this would be a fun one. They weren't in my size, sad times. But here's my quip is that I kind of went to look for costumes a little late. Probably this would be on the 24th or 24th. No, I didn't go that late. It was like the 24th. It's like towards the end when all the
Should have
costumes.
hit Goodwill. Might have found a hookup.
Eh. But no, then I was like, so I was kind of like getting not the scraps. There was still a lot of costume, but it was for sure kind of the scraps at the end. If I went probably when they were probably a week before or maybe 5 days before, I probably would have been able to, because I was like, there were the costumes that I was looking at that I wanted to get for sure. There was this fun Riddler costume, Riddler from the Batman. That was looking fun. That would have been fun. There was this costume that, boy, if I bought it, I would have spent close to $150 on the entire costume. And it was it was like costume plus accessories. So I was like, if I was gonna buy it, I was like, I'm gonna buy it and buy this accessories. I have to go all out, right? But it has saving my wallet. The costume was not in my size, so like it saved me some money right there. But then I kind of looked around and just kept looking.
You know what I do like about those stores is they take buildings that are not being used at this moment and we use them.
Yes, exactly. That's always one of those fun things. Is like you always just see these pop-up stores, right? It's always fun to see pop-up stores. You see these a lot in bigger cities when they like online companies do pop-up stores. There's a pop-up store happening in November that I wanted to go, but it's only in Los Angeles, sadly.
Oh.
And it's one of my favorite brands that I enjoy wearing.
You fly down for today. You'll be fine.
Yeah, fly down just to go spend more money on clothes, and then like fly back, right? Like,
yeah, you would have an empty suitcase to start with, and you bring it back full.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, that one would have been fun because you get to meet one of the designers and everything because they're doing a meet and greet too. So, but it is one of those things. Pop-up stores are pretty fun to see. When they do use unused buildings and the like. But yeah, but then I literally I couldn't get all the costumes I really wanted. They weren't the right size or didn't have like the full get up. And I probably spent what I thought I was gonna like not spend money wise, time wise. I thought I was gonna be there for like maybe 15, 20 minutes. I spent like close to 2 hours looking for a costume.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
Ursula, we're in an hour, probably half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe.
It's one of those things like if I'm gonna spend money on a costume, I want to be comfortable and enjoy what I'm gonna be, right?
True.
And mostly if you're spending because these costumes for like between low end costumes, not like accessory stuff. Low end costumes like $30. So like that's not cheap.
You found a $30 one?
What?
You found a $30 one? I saw 40. I saw 50.
Oh no, yeah, there's like I said low end. That's the lowest I found.
I didn't find any of those. Maybe well, each store is different, right?
Yeah, everyone's store is different. The lowest one I found was a $30 costume, but it was like I'm trying to remember now. It was like some simple, just like I think it was like some simple hippie costume, like just a tie-dye shirt with ripped jeans. So it wasn't really anything extravagant. I can see why it was $30, and I think it's also the small too. So,
sizes always seem to be like the smaller the size, the cheaper it is.
Yeah,
because it's less fabric to use apparently.
Yeah, and then like the most expensive costume I saw was a $90 costume, but it was like a full like reasonably get up. And like okay, I can see why it's like $90.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a limit in my head that I was gonna roughly spend $50, just because I knew that like okay, that's a decent amount of money because I'm probably gonna buy like an accessory or two or something, right? So that was my thought process. Like, oh, I'm gonna spend $50 and that's gonna be in and out, right? I spent a little. I'll be honest, I did spend a little bit more, but not that much. But like I said, I spent an hour and a half, like close to an hour and a half. Like by the time you guys are listening to this, like from beginning to end, that's how long I spent in the store, just like browsing, deciding is that the costume I want. It's like at the end I was just some generic like knight dude with a skull mask. The costume turned out decent. I received at least 2...
I haven't seen pictures.
Oh, I'll post them. I think I might. I'll post it as the probably the thumbnail for this episode.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I did get 2 compliments at the party, so you know that was worth it. You know, I got 2 like that's you're a scary dude. Thank you. You know that works. But yeah,
It
like
does.
yeah. So I got two. You're scary. I'm glad. That's what I wanted. It worked out. Hey, the morning of or today, as far as the recording, we are recording this on Halloween night or Halloween day. So
Afternoon.
we are recording this on Halloween day, so it's not gonna come out for a bit. But God, reviewing the makeup was a bitch, man. I have not.
I think that's why I quit doing. I mean, well, the last time I ever decked up for Halloween was maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. Wore an old dress and just made it like a bride's groom thing, kind of thing. Bride.
I remember you went to like some horror maze thingy or something. I remember.
No, we went to an actual like downtown Halloween party. It was my friend and her husband, now ex-husband, and one of their friends and their husbands, and it was, so I felt like the fifth wheel. Not gonna lie, I was the only one without the partner. I still had to leave early because I had to be up like crack of dawn next morning for work. So I mean, it was nice to get out for a couple hours and enjoy myself downtown. And then I think I reused the same costume for another friend's party. So it was awesome.
Yeah. I'm not gonna deny. I'm gonna be reusing this part. I spent a good amount of money. I'm reusing this costume probably 2 or 3 more times. I'm not gonna lie.
And I don't doubt that. But I used the dress that I wore for. I can't remember. Oh, I used it for like a Navy like hurrah thing. So I went with that with a friend, and I just reused it twice. So I was like, I got my money's worth out of that dress.
There you go. You see, that's all that matters. That as long as you cost fallacy. As long as you get worth out of as much time or money you put into it, it's worth.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but for the most part, I got a couple compliments. I got to go to a Halloween costume party / my sister's birthday party at the same time. Had some fun, played some games. Everyone was dressed up, and yeah, it was just a very enjoyable night. But yeah, that was kind of my weekend, or as far as it's currently weekend, but that was like two whole days of Halloween, and I'm kind of like full with my social meter has been filled, and I'm good, so I don't have to be out for a while. But I also went to go see a movie. There's a new review out on Reaction Cast if you guys want to see that. I literally watched that the morning of before I went to bowling. So I went to go see a movie, recorded the review, then went to. Oh my god, I almost forgot to mention. So this is Friday. This is on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. On Friday, when I went to go to the fun center, mm-hmm. That morning I went to go see a movie to go and write my review for Reaction Cast. So I went to watch the movie, loved the movie. Go listen to my review if you guys want to know what that is. Then went home, got changed. The way we were trying to arrange how to decide who goes in which car, right? Mm-hmm. Me and my sister and her boyfriend each got VIP tickets. These VIP tickets let us go into the fun center half an hour early, plus gave us vouchers. So you know what? We're all off early before work. Let's go in a little earlier, have some more fun before it gets crowded. Good thing we did, because it was pretty crowded towards the end. And having just the place to ourselves for half an hour was kind of worth it. There was like probably...
Oh, so you went there when it butt crack opened and there was not as many people?
Yes. So we got like half an hour of all like a private like area. Like we got to go, wow. We got to be on the go-karts for 2 whole like rounds before people showed up.
That's cool.
That was cool.
That's worth it then.
Yeah.
So they must have been like probably pre-partying, pre-gaming before showing up. So
yeah, we probably.
That's pretty cool.
That was cool. And then but just like I said, so it was us 3 going, because everyone else everyone's getting out for a different time, so they didn't know if they wanted to buy the VIP tickets, or the regular ones.
There were VIP tickets?
Yeah, the VIP tickets gave you half an hour early, and the regular tickets you open on time, so you could go like early access.
Oh.
Yeah, so that
is nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, plus the VIP tickets got you like a free voucher for a free drink. Technically.
Oh, that is sweet. I wish I had gone, but of course I didn't get home until 7 o'clock, so like I wouldn't have even gone anywhere near that.
You would have been tired.
Yeah, I was pretty wiped when I got home. I'm not gonna lie. After being Vegas, and we had to check out about 11 o'clock in the morning. So by that time frame, we were like, okay, let's make our way to the airport. And we sat around for a couple hours, and we had a burger and just lounge. And I gambled a little bit more and took my $5 and made it 10. So I was like, sweet.
Nice. But yeah. So, but anyways, before we got to the cinema. I mean, not the cinema. The family fun center.
Mm-hmm.
There's three ways to get to that center, to get to that city. And
yeah, from where you're at, right?
Yeah, from where I live. And my sister was driving. She recently got her license about I want to say 2 months ago.
Oh yes, that's how you're saying
so
that.
she's been enjoying the driving life, like everyone does once you kind of get that when you get that sense of freedom. So she somehow ended up deciding to go on the most curviest route, and okay, it's been a while since we've been on this road, and I'm not a big fan of curves in general. I just, not that I get motion sickness.
I think the accidents most happening on the curves, right?
True. So we got into an accident, actually.
You did? Oh, shut the front door.
Yeah, we did, and it was literally the last probably 50 to 75 feet from the exit into the city, like the last curve. Some idiot decided to do a California stop and just T-boned us.
Oh my god.
And we were like, God damn it. If I can get the video, I'll post it on my TikTok. So if anyone wants to see that, go check out my TikTok. Yeah, my sister's boyfriend was pissed. She was pissed. Yeah, it was, boy, the door on the driver's side is currently not able to open.
Damn.
Yeah.
So but you guys still went to the party, huh? To the bowling.
We were there. We were in the city at this point, and we were like, "Fuck it, we're there. What are we gonna do? Drive back home?"
Yeah.
So once we got our drinks, chugged them down, and you know what? We decided to drive some more on go-karts after that. And then
Did you guys get the insurance information from that guy? I mean,
yeah, we did the whole round. Past information, pictures, all that stuff. We did the whole thing. We're not, For anyone listening, if you ever get into an accident, be sure to always do that. Just do the whole setup, exchange IDs. Always take photos. Photos are always the easiest thing than writing stuff down. Everyone has smartphones now, for the most part. I don't know anyone who doesn't at this point. Just take photos. Old people. I still see the flip phones. What are you talking about? If my mom has a cell phone at this point, everyone has a cell phone. But
yes.
Just
flip phone. I've seen the flip phones, man. They're 80 years old.
But anyways, just read it. But always take it's easy, quick. Take photos of everyone's IDs. Take photos of everyone's insurance cards. Take photos of the entire car, all the accidents. And something that is great, and I'm gonna purchase now, is a dash cam for my car. I'll be buying a dash cam.
I think at this point forward, I think about doing that too.
It's always in my mind, maybe I should just buy a dash cam, but then I don't need it right now. But for sure, for this incident, for sure, we needed it because and we rewatched the video once we got to the center, and then there it is. I'll ask.
At least you guys had that dash cam on that car.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys have that. So it's definitely a benefit.
Well, yeah. So for anyone listening, always do that if you're in an accident or you get in an accident. Always be safe too, and do that. Just do your due diligence when things like that. Some people, I got into a fender bender early in the month, and that individual was pretty sketchy. At the end, I had to report it as a hit and run because the individual did not fully cooperate. So now
that sucks.
That's their own fault. I gave them. I think I don't know if I talked about it on the show, but yeah, we were
you did not.
Yeah, we were it was not a big fender bender. It's a bump. Just it left a decent bump on my side of the door, but it's nothing you can't be fixed after everything's gone through paperwork, right? But both me and that party, were running really late for different appointments. They have I had a very important appointment to get to, and they had to literally pick up their kids from the daycare. I'm like, you know what? We were literally like in a parking lot where they lived. So he said, "Oh, we'll just come back here tomorrow. Everything after everyone settles down," because that party was like agitated, and like, you guys, I know where you live, so it's not like you're gonna run away. Right.
Yeah, right.
And I took a photo of their license plate, not their IDs or anything, just a license plate, just to be safe, you know. And I said, just give me your name and phone number. I'll call you first thing tomorrow morning, and then we'll figure out something, right? I would say I'm a very patient individual, right? And I gave this person 24 hours.
You've been very patient with me.
I gave this person, like, I told them I'll call you tomorrow morning, just to kind of start setting up like a day we can like adults are very like busy people, so it's not like,
oh yeah.
So I told them like, tomorrow I'll give you a call. We'll set up a time and day we can properly exchange everything, because the damage to both vehicles weren't that extensive.
Yeah.
Like a good solid 3 days pass with minimal communication. And the other person was not cooperating. I told him, you know what? You're not fully cooperating. I'm just gonna file this report, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And the police had to get involved, because that technically overall is treated as a hit and run, because they did not fully divulge all their information.
Yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, this is what you get for just fill out the paperwork. Or if you are like in a serious like situation or serious tight spot where you're like in a hurry and damage isn't that crazy, do at least communicate properly. Like, it's not hard to set up a day and time. I know everyone's working adults for the most part, and it's hard, but some people if I got hit by you, I'm like, all right, I'll take a moment to find a day later in the week to just have a quick.
Probably. I hope I never hit you.
Fuck, if you two hit me, it's like, that's the end of the podcast. All right. Now you guys know why the.
Screw you, Les. I'm taking and running.
But yeah. But minus all that negativity, yeah, it was overall it was a fun weekend. The festivity's over, Halloween's over, and I hope everyone had a good one, because now we're getting into the Thanksgiving time. So, yep.
I have to work Thanksgiving, so screw you all.
So, I
can't complain about the time and a half, so maybe
exactly.
I won't complain too much.
But talking about work, actually, let's get into some of these stories.
No, we should take a moment and talk about our merch.
Oh my God, you correct. Talking about, I wish we could do a pop-up store with our merch, right? Maybe one day, actually. Yeah. So as you guys know that we have our merch. I'm currently wearing mine. I actually customized mine a little bit. I actually have my name on my sweater now.
Sweet.
I'll send a picture to you later, but yeah, these are very comfortable sweaters and shirts and leggings and designs. And
I've been wearing mine, but I wore them all in Vegas.
Oh, nice. But yeah, there's very fun designs. Go check all our stuff on merch.tyrantdominus.com. See here, I'll even pull up the site just to always look at our stuff, because they're always fun.
I did my fill of the leggings. Go check out the leggings; they're freaking awesome. I think the sweats are even pretty cool. So
yeah,
we have drinking shirts and always our drinking mug. Hey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we got our limited Christmas, our holiday, not Christmas. Sorry, our holiday, our holiday gear that's only limited. Our drinking, our libations collections will be here for a bit. Unless we come up with a new design, but our current libation collection, our convoluted drinking glass will be there permanently. But remember, all our designs from version 2, version 2 and 3 will be gone. So if you like those designs, those were going to be gone. There's going to be a new design for the Reaction Cast shirt if you're a fan of that show. I don't usually purchase merch on that site, but if you enjoy listening to my reviews, go check those. Check out my review. Get a Reaction Cast shirt, because I have one of those, and I usually wear that when I go to the movies now.
That's nice. Yeah, it's basically saying, "Hey, I'm promoting this episode."
Exactly. But yeah, go check it out. Remember,
We'll be doing Dimension 2 this week. Coming up.
Yeah, that's true. And remember, you can always get 10% off with Pod 10. Get 10%
POD 10.
POD 10 for 10% off your entire purchase. Get it before the end of the year because version 2, 3 will be removed. The 2021 holiday stuff is going to be gone. And yeah, just get it before it's gone. And I believe the new Reaction Cast shirts will be updated sometime first quarter next year, and then those will be gone as well. Yeah, remember that. Do you have any else things to say, Liz?
Nope. Let's get on with the show.
All right,
There's
then.
so much to talk about.
There is. So, like we were talking about working and stuff, right? I didn't know about this. Apparently, the U.S. McDonald's workers' strikes to protest workplace harassment was happening a little bit a while ago. And apparently, let's see here, McDonald's workers in 12 U.S. cities have walked off the job to protest what they say is the ongoing problem with sexual harassment and violence in the company's stores.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like, with the understaffing of Burger King, and now we get this stuff from McDonald's. Like, I think McDonald's just stepped it up one bit and like, hey, we're working on this company because of this. It's not even talking about the working environment. It's just like, screw that.
So let's see here. Several hundred workers were expected to participate in Chicago, Houston, Miami, Detroit, and other cities. Ooh, some big cities right there.
Yeah, they are.
According to fight for $15 an hour, and a union and a labor group that organizes the strikes. Actually, that's one of the, there's a few things. I have my opinions on unions. There are some positive and negatives to them, but when you're dealing with this much level of stuff, sometimes a union can be helpful. But continuing on, this is the 5th time since 2018 that McDonald's workers have struck the companies over what they say are inadequate efforts to stop sexual harassment in the stores, and at least 50 workers have filed charges against McDonald's alleged verbal and physical harassment over the last 5 years. Shit, man, McDonald's sounds horrible to work, and I thought Walmart was bad.
I know, right?
In April, McDonald's announced that it would require sexual harassment training, reporting procedures for complaints, and annual employee surveys in its 40,000 stores worldwide, starting in January 2022. A little too late for that. When the moment starts and you have to start doing sexual harassment training, come on.
I know.
That's so fucking stupid, man.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
I'm kind of going through all these, like, just the rest of this article, see if there's anything more. According to the lawsuit, the teenager store hired a manager in January 2021 who had served time in prison for sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl and was listed in Pennsylvania's sex offender registry. The manager abused and harassed a teenager and other underage employees, but there was no investigation by store leadership or McDonald's, despite their complaints to the manager who hired them in February. The manager followed the teen into a bathroom and raped her.
Oh, fucking shit, asshole.
The manager, Walter Garner.
I do not appreciate that shit.
No, like I said, this is our podcast. We can say almost anything without getting...
Almost anything.
The manager, Walter Garner, was arrested in April after another McDonald's employee told administrators at her schools about this behavior, and the school contacted the police. Garner was sentenced up to 10 more years in prison last week. Man, it gets... you hope for your... to be, when you're at least a teenager, right? You're getting your first job. It's not going to be the most glamorous job, right? But
right.
And it's going to be hard and frustrating, but you hope that at least your safety is somewhat guaranteed, right?
I know.
At the least.
This is more of a job to like kind of goof off, figure out what you want to do with your life. Just make some extra bucks so you can pay the gas in your tank, which, by the way, the gas is ridiculous right now. But, yeah, like, I guess that's why I didn't choose to work at McDonald's when I was a teenager. Because of all that shit that could happen in it.
It can happen anywhere, really. I
don't say not anywhere, but I'm just saying.
I personally never wanted to work in fast food or anything food related. it's not it's a mix of it's a little too fast paced for my style of stuff because you always just got to be on, and just dealing with food in
I never
itself.
want to do it in the fast food, even though I'm a freaking foodie itself.
True. But yeah, man, so McDonald's, man, you really drop the ball sometimes. But it's kind of hard. It's for such a large company. You can only imagine how much just staggers through it. It's like it's in any big company.
And the desperation to hire people too.
Yeah, you're just hiring people. You just never know. Like I know we've struggled with hiring people, like in the small scale stuff. But
I can't fathom around is the idea. Mostly flabbergasted. It's just that as a society, we try and protect our young. We don't hire those type of people because they're going to be on these type of children, teenagers in the workplace. Like, don't hire those people because that's obviously going to lead to lawsuits. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. Going with hiring criminals is a whole different debate and topic. When is it okay to give someone a second chance in society, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
But that's a topic.
Maybe when they're castrated or.
Damn, you're going hardcore, and I thought me going with my hobo fights for Squid Game levels. But all right, you want to castrate
okay, maybe
people?
That could go. I could do with that. Knock them out of here.
Okay.
Hey, it would save us a lot of tax money with our jail cells.
True. But you know what? Let's continue on to another story because this lady was saving so much money, crazy amount of money. This Virginia woman was sentenced for a staggering $32 million coupon scam.
Damn, I didn't see that one. Maybe I did, and maybe didn't read it all. Oh, there it is.
So, officials detailed how a Virginia Beach woman was able to make bogus coupons and scam retailers out of $2 million. The scope of the fraud that Lori Ann Talon's 41 mastermind was so staggering that the massive sum of her theft was a conservative estimate, according to information released by the FBI last week. Talons pleaded guilty in April to mail, wire, and healthcare fraud in connection with the scheme. She was sentenced to more than 12 years in prison. The modern-day Frank Abigail, who check fraud. Oh, I remember that. Actually, I remember that check fraud scam from years ago. That's kind of one of the things that was part of that film. Oh yeah, there it is. Catch Me If You Can. Was ordered to pay $31 million in restitution at her September sentence. Oh, where is she gonna get close to $32 million?
Restitution.
Yeah. So Talons, who has a background in marketing and strong computer design skill, was able to counterfeit coupons for almost any grocery or drugstore product to make it for whatever value she wanted. Federal authorities said designed on her seized computer allowed her to create fake coupons for some 13,000 products among FBI's. She had coupons for $24.99 off a $25 box of diapers, and it would work.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta save that money, right? Oh my! There's that picture of her in the. What is that?
Nice car. Where is that kind of car? GTR.
I don't know, but she's living it off. Apparently she was also. Talon sold her fake coupons for a large group of subscribers through her social media who paid her about $400,000 over 3 years. So you would subscribe to her company to get coupons through her, and it would work. So it's not a scam technically, in a sense.
Yeah.
So she was like, wow. She spent the cash on high-end home renovations and kitchen, sunroom. Man, she was living the life.
Okay.
Apparently, the fake coupons would go undiscovered for months, after traveling from store to central coupon clearinghouses that the product manufacturers and repaid the stores. If the coupons are rejected, if they are counterfeit, then the retailer doesn't get paid back for them. Yeah. So anything else important here? Anything else in here?
Wow, that's crazy.
Apparently, after they raided her house, they found another $1 million worth of these phony vouchers in her house.
There were coupons in every jacket pocket. There were stuffed in her vehicles. Oh my god! Oh, and her husband gets sentenced to 7 months in prison.
Oh, so it was a family business.
Yep.
God, it's crazy, man. It's people. It's people who.
Oh yeah, and it does funnel down to the consumers. Eventually, it's those who have to pay.
Yeah, it is. It's like that. It's like one of those things that, like, it does hurt in the long term. Even though it's like she did it, like, oh, she's only hurting the company, but no, it's like it's hurting the infrastructure that the whole thing is. Like, companies make the stuff for us, for it to be delivered to stores, for us, to the consumers to buy, and eventually it's gonna hit their dollars. And is it hurting their dollars? Yes, but that means it's gonna hurt our dollars in the future. Because
it's just gonna jack up the prices of everything.
And oh my god, like
it's like we coop the losses. I mean, we're already seeing the influx right now on like meat, and apparently I went into Costco and they were already out of toilet paper and paper towels.
Yeah, so for anyone listening, you guys want some insider information right now as far as like the retail stuff. Be sure to start not super stockpiling, but be sure you're like stocking up on certain stuff because prices are gonna.
Think about Christmas, y'all. Think about your kids. Worry about getting your kids gifts and not worrying about stockpiling. I'm sorry.
No.
There's plenty of food out there. There is so many.
No, it's getting bad. I'll be on here because I follow a lot of the backdoor stuff talks. There's certain. Okay, you guys have been noticing that there's certain products leaving stores, right? There's certain there's certain say one of your favorite brands and stuff. Like they have like 6 different types of a certain flavor of something or things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are going away little by little. So if your favorite flavor is out there and you're seeing it less and less, be sure you stockpile it because more than likely it's going to be gone in the next.
So like your favorite chips.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like stockpile on like toilet paper and stuff like that, but more like your certain favorite like food items that you're kind of seeing less and less of because they're just becoming obsolete. For sure.
Yeah, we can find my sister's, my daughter's favorite Pringles flavor lately.
Yeah, they're like that's a good example. They're going from Pringles used to have I think I can look it up, but I think they've gone down to like 7 flavors now, main flavors. That's it. That's all they're making right now. Just because they don't have the production. She
likes the ranch flavored, and she can't find them.
Yeah, it's going down. So, like I said, like start stockpiling certain things when the deal's out there, because also prices are going up. So when I say stockpiling, like stockpile your favorite items, because they're more than likely some of those items are going to be gone. A good example is Capri Sun. Capri Sun had like what? 2 years ago, they probably had a good dozen to probably 15, 18 different flavors. You can get sugar-free, real fruit, your classic, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And more recently, it's just down to like 5. You got your. Wow. So like when I say stockpile your favorite stuff because that stuff's gonna be gone, in probably the next 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
So yeah, like what do you say now?
Well, you know me, I have so much dietary restrictions.
You don't have to, but your kid might want those for ranch.
She's going to have to learn to eat some food, real food, and not junk food.
Those ranch Pringles.
Yeah, it's just like those strawberry Kellogg, Pop-Tarts.
You know what? I'll stockpile and sell it to you. I'll sell it to you at a reasonably cheap price. $5 a can. That sound good?
How much?
$5 a can.
That might be doable. I do make a good amount of money now.
Yeah. So now I know. I just got to stockpile once ranch goes obsolete. Like, all right, I got my monies. All right, let's continue. Is there another story?
I'll be like, hey Zeus, here's a 6-pack of this. Would that cover that? How about this liquor?
A bottle of liquor get you 2 cans of Pringles.
I feel like we are in the midst of like
we're in bartering levels now.
Yes, I know. I feel like we're back in the olden times where we gotta barter for this flavor for that.
Like, I have a chicken. How many for your goat? 2 chickens? No? I throw in
3
my...
chickens, and I give you my prized one who gives legs every day.
Throw in goat, and I give you my daughter. Oh, God. Those days, it makes me wonder how those arrangements were made. But, all right. Let's continue on some of these crazy stories. Let's kind of stay in the area of like food and stuff, because there's one I just saw recently. So apparently a woman is suing Kellogg's for $5 million because she says her strawberry Pop-Tarts don't have enough strawberries.
Don't tell my kid that there's not enough strawberries in a Pop-Tart.
Is she not? Oh, I thought
It's actually more disappointing. There's not enough frosting on the Pop-Tart right now.
Oh, that's what I agree on. Like, there's not enough frosting on Pop-Tarts. Like, I don't care. Like, Pop-Tarts, for all intents and purposes, like, oh yes, they have some fruit and stuff. Like, no, that's like jelly. That's not real.
You know, right?
Like, when you think, because people say like, oh yeah, Pop-Tarts is like my breakfast. Like, no, it is. No, it's not. It's like eating a donut. That is not a real breakfast. Like no, Pop-Tarts isn't anything. But let's see what this lady is. A New York woman is suing Kellogg's for $5 million because the company's strawberry Pop-Tarts allegedly don't have enough actual strawberries. I think also there's an amount, the FTC, Food and Drug Administration? Yeah, the FTC.
Yes. I have to follow that FTC all the time.
Yeah, there's like a certain amount that certain foods can say have, like, I think it's like sometimes like, oh yeah, it only needs to have 20% to say it has real X food in it, or yeah, things like that. So anyways, the New York Post reported that Elizabeth Russet has filed a class action lawsuit accusing Kellogg's of misleading consumers. This sounds like the whole ginger thing we talked about a couple months ago.
I know, right? I was just thinking about that too.
The fruit filling the whole grain frosted strawberry Pop-Tart toaster pastries. Holy crap, that's how hard is that just to say strawberry Pop-Tarts? Most comprised of other fruits like pears and apples, she claimed. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, I never thought strawberry Pop-Tarts were just pure strawberries. According to TMZ, the suit claims that the other fruits are not enough to provide the same nutritional benefits as strawberries. The ingredients listed on the back of the box reportedly say filling is made with made with 2% or less of pears, apples, and strawberries. But okay, whatever. Let's continue. Similar to lawsuits have claimed other food products don't live up to their names, including alleged Subway tuna sandwiches don't contain actual tuna. Ooh, I didn't know about that.
I didn't know that either.
Well, I don't like seafood or...
I don't like Subway in general, so...
According to the Post, strawberry was one of the original Pop-Tart flavors when the product launched back in 1963, along with blueberry, brown sugar, cinnamon, and apple currant. That's all we were saying. Okay. The toaster pastry was originally unfrosted due to the concerns with frosting would melt off, but frosted versions were successfully launched back in 1967. 4 years later. Okay. Anything actually. When I was a kid, I don't care about that. That's it. Oh, they're not.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay.
I don't know. So, lady decides to sue. Like, I understand the frustration, but it's not enough. That's fucking stupid. Like, when you look at a box,
I think people are looking at, like, I love that people are actually reading like ingredients and how much is actually in the product, and so they're like, but I think these companies are kind of, even though I want to say they're trying to hope that these people are dumb enough to not to read it, that they're saying, oh, this actually doesn't have what it actually says it has. I'm glad people are getting a little bit smarter about that. Props to her. She's getting $5 million probably.
I don't think she'll win it because
I think she will.
No, because like I said, like there's a number the FTC requires to say it has real, for this, it has real strawberries. If they meet that requirement, they're not falsifying stuff. It's all legal jargon at that point. Like, yeah, we can say like, yeah, that doesn't have enough strawberries, but legal jargon wise, yeah, it has enough enough strawberries legally to be called strawberries. So It's all legal jargon at that point. And like this is my layman's perspective on it, but because I know, like, you know how there's people who always try to fight that there's certain amount of bugs in jelly.
Many what?
How there's like dead bugs in jelly.
Yeah, think about figs.
Yeah.
They're eating the corpses of hornets.
Yeah. So there's like people who always try to always like claim like, oh yeah, there's too much bugs because they find like something in the jelly. But yeah, there's
like
there is
it's just like cereal bugs that we used to get in California. Like I expected those on here, and then I realized we don't get cereal bugs here, which is pretty awesome, by the way. But with the way our warmer temperature, I wouldn't be surprised we won't see them in the next 5 years. So.
But yeah, the CDC allows a certain amount of like dead bugs for jelly jars.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you're eating dead bugs, not a lot, but just a slight amount. It's like when
it's protein. It's protein. Bugs are protein.
So it's just,
considering that our diet will have to eventually switch to bugs.
It sounds like it, right? At this point, we're getting little by little by little.
Like, well, meat's like what, $7 a pound nowadays now.
Oh my god, it's crazy. Like I said, stockpiling those. Like, I might just take up hunting at this point, right? Just go hunting for my own meat. Go back.
Well, have you seen those articles? Well, I don't know if you've seen some of those TikToks or videos where people are actually taking old recipes from like the 1940s. Right when Depression era, it's World War II, and they're using those recipes and making those up. And I was watching some of them. I'm like, oh my god, this sounds so gross. And this guy's like, oh my god, this is so fucking delicious. And he's eating it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, and it might be. And they're saying, my mom was saying that it's happening more often now, and it feels like because we are kind of going to have to resort to like old recipes where we're mixing mayonnaise and making us cake out of it.
Okay. I'm glad you brought up TikTok actually. That's a good segue to our next topic of a Skyrim IRL TikTok star who was arrested and charged with murdering his wife and her friend.
God, that's sad. So much murder in this world.
True.
So much murder.
So apparently, I can't pronounce his entire name, so we'll just call him Ali, or AKA Jin Kid on TikTok, is an actor behind the Skyrim in Real World Life series that is incredibly popular on TikTok. I think I've actually seen some of his TikToks. He was arrested last week and charged with murdering 2 people, including his wife. As NBC San Diego reports, police were called to the apartment in the city of East Village last week, where they discovered the bodies of 2 people. What is his name again?
Ali.
Jin Kid. I'm just gonna call him by his thing. Jin Kid's wife Anna and her best friend Rayburn. Rayburn. I'll call him Ray. I'm gonna say Ray for now. It is believed that Anna and Burns had been having an affair, and then Jin Kid had been in the process of ending the marriage. Despite Deputy District Attorney said Jin Kid had been stalking Anna since October 18th, and the last week he did not only vandalize her apartment in the luxury complex, but also installed an app on his daughter's iPod that allowed him to monitor activities in the apartment. Ooh, that's creepy.
Oh, that is fucked up.
It alleges that last Thursday afternoon, after Jin Kid had heard his wife with another man, he visited the apartment, found Burns there, and shot him 3 times in the head and neck, before also firing 1 bullet into his wife's forehead. Video footage from the neighboring apartment reportedly shows Jin Kid leaving the building directly afterwards. He then picked up his 5-year-old daughter from school, who was with him in the car when he was taken into custody shortly after. Police believed that Jin Kid was the one who called 911 and reported the murders. Prosecutors say that the murders followed a domestic violence incident last month. Apparently Barrett is pushed on causing an injury. They're already domestically fighting. Has over the last few years. That's all just. So he was just a big TikTok star, big YouTuber. He almost had 1 million followers on TikTok. Holy shit.
Damn.
But man, yeah, damn, love can do a lot of horrible stuff.
Yeah, I just feel sorry for the little girl, 5 years old.
Oh
Now
yeah.
she's gonna have no parents, neither of her parents. And
No,
as fucked up as that is, I mean, I wish the mother had a restraining order, but
I don't think it would have worked.
no, I don't think it would have either. I honestly, because they still had a kid to interact with. So unless they, the judge kind of said, hey, no, and if
No, I think he still would have murdered
direct or
her.
indirect contact with the family, doesn't matter if it's your kid, whatever. Yeah, I mean, that was instilled with my case, when he got, caught with her case. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks. I feel sorry for the little girl. More than anything, I feel sorry for the mom who lost her life just from a crazy guy. Yeah.
So it's just baffling. Just like
Yeah, it's baffling. I mean, he was doing successfully well, obviously, in
I don't know if he was
TikTok
making.
world.
I don't think. Yeah, socially
he's only
speaking, he was like making some fun stuff. But it's one of those interesting things. Like you don't know the people behind the TikToks sometimes. Like they might make some fun TikToks, but then the rest, sometimes they can be horrible people. That's kind of anything on the internet. This is why we talk about everything, and you guys know we are horrible people, but that's why you listen to us.
and love us because we love you.
Because you're horrible inside somehow too. Okay, let's get off this topic. But yeah, sad. Hope the best wishes for that family, the little girl, and everything. What topic should we talk about next? What story is on here?
I just posted stuff for the Halloween spirit of it all, but
it's over by this time. So.
No, it's never over. The hauntings will continue to haunt even after Halloween.
That is true, but I
remember going to seeing a haunted house, and I was 21. I think it was 22 actually. I think it was like March. So yeah, it's still going.
There are some fun, like I said, horror has always been a fun thing for me because I was talking with one of my coworkers. Have you ever thought of going to one of those like extreme haunt stuff where you like sign up for like a day thing where it's like you're like like a true horror level stuff where you're like the actors can actually touch you and stuff like that, and it's like horrific. Like you're like you're scared. Like you're meant to be scared, not like fun scared.
I did that once and I won't do it again. I'm not gonna lie.
You did
yeah, I was 19 or 20 at the time, I think. And it was when I was with one of my good friends and we went out to this
Wait, down
maze.
in California?
It was haunted maze. No, it was out in Washington actually. I was in college at the time. And it was a haunted maze and they were like, they scared the shit out of me because I will not do that again.
Wow, but that's what it's for. That's for that chill factor, that horror factor.
I know, but it was a little. It just got
too much
too
for
hard
you?
on me. Too much. I mean, it was
that.
great if they were. I've been through other mazes and they kind of jumped out at you. Great, But yeah.
You just can't. There's a limit to your horror. Me, I don't.
Yeah, there's a limit to my horror. The guy with the chainsaw, even though they didn't have the actual chain, at the time it freaked me out too much. So I'm not gonna lie.
I love that shit. Like, just put me near the closest point of edge where I can. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I literally had to curl up. I'm not gonna lie. I curled up in a ball, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna die. This is the way I'm gonna die."
This is it. Just take me. I'm done. Here it is.
Exactly.
That's where I want to get to that point.
And then, of course, the gasoline got me, so I started choking on it.
Ooh, the smell. Yeah, it's a. See, that's what
okay, there's a point where I love gasoline to an extent.
Ugh.
I'm mowing in the lawn. That's the gasoline smell I like. I don't ask me why.
My God, you're weird.
Well, I love mowing lawns, but I don't have a freaking lawn to mow anymore.
I like the smell of fresh cut lawns, just the smell of the grass being cut, and then I like the smell of rain.
That's a signal of desperation of like being cut. It's like they're like sent every being like, yeah, they don't like it.
That's great. I love murder. Like plant murder. Oh, perfect.
Speaking of plant, why don't we go into cannabis?
Cannabis. Oh,
yeah. You posted the article.
Let me find it. What is this one about?
Cannabis products.
Oh, yeah. Let's go into this one. Cannabis products. I'll let you read it. I've been talking about it.
May help treat symptoms of depression, improve sleep, and increase the quality of life, studies suggested. Oh, excuse me. a longitudinal study published in Frontiers in Psychiatry investigated the effects of medicinal cannabis among clinical depressed and or anxious patients. Those who were using medicinal cannabis at baseline had lower depression scores than non-users. Non-users who began taking cannabis during the follow-up period experienced a reduction in both anxiety and depression symptoms. Anxiety and depression are most common mental health conditions around the world. While there are existing therapeutical and pharmacological treatments, evidence suggests that many sufferers fail to seek help and are wary of the side effects of taking medication.
Oh, okay, interesting. It's one of those things that I'm glad people are looking a little bit more deeper than just like criminalizing this stuff. You know, this could have been, you see, this is where we could have been 30, 40 years ago if it wasn't criminalized and it was studied. We could have been
I agree.
We could have been so much further with some of this like cannabis stuff and like, yeah, but 30, 40 years of no research, proper research into it. Now we're barely the last probably decade have been looking into it more and more. But yeah, we're making some progress. It sounds like.
Yeah,
a little late, better late than never, sadly. But
yeah, I mean, I want people to be treated just because it is a common thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's a common thing. There's so much depression, suicide rates. I've been seeing a lot of teenage suicidal attempts, rates of people coming through. So
it's been more so these days. This day and age, it's interesting because this day and age, even though there's more connectivity, there's still more things to trigger different things. So
now that we have a lot of we basically been suppressed for about a year. So a lot of people are meant to their own resources, and a lot of people don't have the right resources since lockdown. So
and some people just don't have the fortitude to be able to push forward sometimes. So
agree.
No, but yeah, it is tough, and at least there are more studies are being done to increase another method besides other because a lot of stuff can be medicated. But some people just can't. Some medication doesn't work for some individuals, and I
agree.
So having another option helps a lot.
Yes, I mean, granted, some medications make people paranoid, but then other people it works for them. So not necessarily can say all. Thing. So I mean, we should keep our options open. Okay, maybe I should do a little bit of CBD, and maybe my medication works with that. And maybe sometimes medicinal marijuana doesn't actually help people. It actually makes them more paranoid. So that way, I mean, each person's different biologically and different from, how it reacts to each person. So honestly, good for them. And hopefully they figure out what's worth, what is it worth? So you there?
Yeah, I'm glad things are that. For now, I'll continue my cannabis usage for just me editing, because God, that is fucking boring. Or for the 420 episode. So
okay, maybe I will dive into it. I don't like the smell of it. Oh, you got me, but maybe I'll dive into it. Who knows?
well, we have some time before that. But anyways, let's continue on. There's a story from last week we're gonna talk about.
Which one?
It should be under the tabs from. It's under the cannabis. No, wait, is it under cannabis? No, it's above. It's above the cinema one. Wait, is the cinema one good? Let me see.
The feeling too schlubby to have sex? It's not just you.
Wait, which one's that one? Oh, we can talk about that at the end. There's that one. No, that one's. We can talk about it now, but there's another article that's mixed in with that. We can talk about that, or we can talk about the streaming stuff, or.
Well, what's streaming one? The half a million. Oh, the half a million. Oh, the popcorn. Yeah, we could do that one.
Okay, then we'll go with the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh fuck! What? Science. What are you talking about? Okay. Oh, there it is. No.
Okay, so let's talk about more than half of Americans would prefer to stream movies new releases at home. So, everyone knows that since the pandemic, we've been moving closer and closer to kind of some normalcy. cinemas have opened. People have been pushing to go see stuff in theaters.
But we'll be doing Thursday. Whoop whoop.
So yeah, we're gonna be. So for anyone looking, look forward to our Eternals review. Look at that. We'll be catching that one. There's another movie actually called Antlers. Remember, I wanted to go see too. The one that's based in Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I've been looking at that one, but I think it's a little. I don't know.
Is it too much
I want to see it, but I don't know.
If not,
I'm half A. I don't know.
if not, I'll be watching it and reviewing it later. Once I have a little bit more time. But for now, Eternals is my next movie. But yeah. But it's one of those things that since like Disney Plus was one of the first people to start like, oh yeah, you guys want to watch one of the big movies on at home when it gets released in theaters at the same time, like this dual stuff, right? And within the last couple months, it's been this weird thing where movies that you can either watch on Disney Plus, HBO Max, and a bunch of other different sites where you can watch them either at home or watch them in cinema. One of the more recent ones for sure would be like I did a review for Dune. That movie I watched at home, and it's you can listen to my review a little bit of it, but it's one of those films that it was a mix of I'm glad I watched at home because narratively speaking, I would have been frustrated leaving it, but visually and audibly, I would have been so glad to have watched it in cinema. So it's really like, here's my question off to you. Would you be more comfortable watching movies at home, or do you like going to the cinema for that experience?
50-50.
You gotta pick one or the other.
No, I'm gonna be 50-50.
No, yeah. If you only had to choose one, and I'll tell you my answer. You have to choose one.
I don't know. I like going out to the theater, but I don't. Want to
choose one.
I probably choose to stay at home.
Okay. Why?
But it's not the same. I don't know. Because of the comfortability and the less cost of it. So 3 people for $30 is far cheaper than going to the movie theaters for what? If you include everything that you buy at
popcorn,
condiment, popcorn, drinks, everything, you're $50+ for 2 people compared to the 3 that can watch it for $30
and watch it multiple times.
True.
Yeah, or if you're paying for like HBO Max, you can just like, oh, you're already paying for the service.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn because there's parts of me who likes going to the theater just for the outing, like especially when you and I go out and there's a group of us going, it's nice. And then you get the surround sound and everything else. I don't have the surround sound set up in my house, and I don't. Yeah. But it's the comfortability too. Like, I could be in my jammies watching this, but of course, sometimes people go in their jammies to watch these movies. So
I'm more of a cinema person. Surprisingly, like what's funny is I thought you would have been more of an outing person, but because you're more like outgoing than I am. But with this topic, this question specifically, I'm more of I want to go to the cinema. But
you're paying for yourself.
True. Sometimes.
You're paying for yourself. And for me, who's got to pay for another body sometimes. Not always, but most of the time I do go out to the movies. I'm going with somebody else.
But yeah, I do too. Not 100 all the time. But if I'm going, I just have to pay. But anyways, that's besides the point. But just for the experience, it's the experience for sure. Like the movie I recently watched, I am so glad that I watched that in cinema. I had the ability to watch it in at home, and you know I have a decent a reasonably decent TV and surround system for me to watch because watching when I watched Dune with my brother, it was we were comfortable. Like it was good to watch it at home and stuff like that. Like we blasted my room was shaking when those scenes were exploding. I won't deny that. But like, would I had a little bit more better experience in cinema? Yeah. It's just one of those moments where just to get out too. But yeah, it's for me. It's like the only thing that bugs me when going out for the movies compared to that is that level of comfortability, like you're saying, because you have to deal with the X factor that is other people, and some people. Mask. Yeah. So it's just like some people some people just don't know. It's like they lost their theater etiquette. They either have their phone out, they're talking, or being obnoxious. Come on, people. Just
Exactly.
theater.
I think that's why I kind of like it at home. It's in my control.
Exactly. It's one of the things like you have control of the area, your stuff. And like I'll be honest, when we watched Dune, I told my brother we're not gonna pause this film at all. We're gonna watch it because it is nice to pause sometimes, but I said like let's watch this from beginning to end, and I'm glad we did because I think it had a better flow. It's one of those things like movies sometimes flow a lot better when you see it actually like beginning to end, and not having that control helps a lot. But I tossed my remote. There was a couple times like I gotta take a piss, but this movie's getting to a good part, and I like normally would pause it, but it would ruin the flow of the movie, and you never want to.
Yeah, that's would have been an advantage for me. It's like I had to worry about my daughter going to the bathroom, and it's like, and then she's like, I'll go by myself. All right. I'm like, oh, you better be back in 2 minutes, child. I'll come search if you don't. So
yeah. But yeah, but it sounds like more people are these days. I understand with people just wanting to be at home with individuals, cost less. You just have more control and stuff like that. That's understandable. So let's leave that in the comments because Spotify now, if you're listening to us on Spotify now has a question. We can ask this question in a poll. Let's ask a poll on our thing.
right.
Let's add this to our poll. It's going to be live for 1 week from when this episode goes live because every episode goes out every Tuesday. So it's going to be a live poll for 7 days. Let us know. Do you guys enjoy going to the movies more or streaming the movies at home as far as new releases? Let us know, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. But yeah.
Yes, let us know.
So let's talk about like this like spicy topic a little bit. So, first this one. Before we get to the schlabby son.
Schlubby?
Yeah, the schlubby. There's another one that I wanted to talk about that kind of leads into that, and that's the Teen Vogue article.
Oh yes, that one. I saw that one. So I laughed at that one.
So here's my question. I have 2 questions for you. So
okay.
My first question is, wait, how old is your daughter?
She's 10.
10. So apparently, I looked up. What do you think the age range for Teen Vogue is?
Oh God! Don't tell me 10 to 20.
11 to 17. So what we're talking about, everyone. Apparently, Teen Vogue wrote an article. Teen Vogue. I'm going to say that again. Teen Vogue wrote an article about a guide to anal sex, and I'm like, what? Okay. Here's my second question to you. When you were 12 to 17, were you ever like reading just magazine articles meant for girls 11 to 17? Did I say that right? Yeah.
No.
No?
I'm not gonna lie. No.
No.
I was in a restricted household, so like that kind of stuff was kind of limited.
So no, like like those weird magazines like Sports Illustrated. What are some of those generic ones that everyone had? Like I know Vogue was one. Now I'm coming with a blank because Sports Illustrated is the only one.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. U.S. News Weekly or something, or
Time.
Times. What's the other like tabloid one? There's a bunch of them out there, but yeah, I totally get it. And from my household, I was really restricted, and if we did sign up for, because I know at one point I was allowed to have one. I think I was allowed to do. Oh God, what was the name of that one? I can't remember it. But for a time, like we could only do it for 6 months. My sister, paid for 6 months worth of subscription for a magazine. So,
but yeah,
I don't remember it.
But when you think Teen Vogue, what do you think that is supposed to be about? Like I have an idea, a perspective
like
of what
ideas, I think. Like I wouldn't expect sex, but of course it's now the time and age. It's happening now more often.
Yeah, and like
I don't want to think that way, but it's true.
True. So let's kind of look into this article a little bit and see what apparently you're supposed to know at the age of 11 to 17, right? Let's find out. Let's see here. So, do you want to read it or want me to read it?
Why don't you start and then maybe I'll come follow through.
Okay. So, apparently this is part of their sexual health and identity columns. Okay, sure. Anal sex, safety, how-tos, tips,
Colon.
and more. Funny, yeah. When it comes to your body, it's important that you have the facts. Being in the dark is not doing your sexual health or your self-understanding any favors. With that sentiment in mind, we are here to lay it all out for you when it comes to anal sex. It is important we talk about all of sex because
All kinds of sex.
all kinds of sex. I missed one word. Not everyone is having or wants to have penis in the vagina sex. What the fuck? Did they actually say that? Oh, okay.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
I don't know why they call it penetration, but okay.
Okay, continuing. If you do have penis in the vagina sex, what? Okay, that's just a.
You're curious about something else, or
okay.
you're finding
No,
that
sorry,
the episode is not for you.
Sorry, it's just that phrasing. Like, why?
I know.
Okay, continue. Okay, continue.
It's Team Vogue for you.
Okay,
So.
continuing on. And are curious about something else, or finding that that type of sex is not for you, you'd like to explore other options. It's helpful to know the facts. Even if you do learn more and decide anal sex is not a thing you'd like to try, it doesn't hurt to have the information. I don't disagree with that, actually. Some information is good to know, but I don't know about the age range. But if you're not comfortable reading about anal sex, that's perfectly okay too. We have plenty of other articles about varieties of issues and wellness. Feel free to check it out if you like. No pressure at all. I don't care about all that junk. It's obviously there's a lot of information. Who cares about that? Yeah, we care about what you think, Team Vogue. What do you think? Let's see here. So let's talk about what is anal sex and why do people have it. That's kind of weird. All right, so read the next column.
What is anal sex and why do people have it?
Yeah, see what they.
Anal sex, though often stigmatized, is perfectly natural and way to engage sexual activity. People have been having anal sex since the dawn of humanity. Seriously, it's been documented back to the ancient Greeks and then some. So if you're a little worried about trying it or having trouble understanding the appeal, you know that it isn't weird or gross. The anus is full of nerve endings that some people feel awesome when stimulated, opening up the butthole. That's where the most nerves are. So you don't have to put anything very far up there. You don't have, if you don't want to feel good. That being said, anal, like sex, all sex acts is not enjoyed by everyone, and that's all totally okay. You should do what you feel comfortable with and what feels pleasurable for you. There's no wrong way to experience sexuality, and no way is it better than any other.
Interesting. Is anal sex safe? Anal sex is like any kind of sex, can be perfectly safe if you take the correct precautions. I agree with that. According to the CDC, you may be more vulnerable to contracting STIs or HIV if you have anal sex, as the limiting lining of the anus is more prone to damage that can open you up to infections. The risk is higher for the person receiving anal sex, though the person giving it can also be affected. To decrease the risk, it is imperative that you use both imperative that you both use condoms and lubrication, according to Planned Parenthood, because the anus, unlike the vagina, doesn't provide natural lubrication. A silicone-based lube will provide the necessary slickness and its safe of use with condoms. If you regularly engage in anal particularly with gay or bisexual men who are monogamous, you might also consider taking PrEP. What is that? Pre-exposure
prophylaxis.
It's a drug taken daily that can reduce your risk of contracting HIV. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there is such thing. I mean, I've been stunted a couple times in my pharmacy in the last few years. So it's not uncommon that happens. There's even one out there they advertise commonly for people to use it for people who have, their partners are HIV positive, so that they reduce their limitations of getting HIV themselves.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, I knew there was something, but I didn't know what. That is cool. Yeah, there's like a lot more to this article, but it's interesting what they're saying. Here's my I don't know how much more you want to read, but here's my question to you. Would you feel comfortable having your daughter have Teen Vogue, and then this is one of the articles that in it? It's a tough
Yes,
question.
I know. It's one of those things. I'm like, yes, because I know she's not going to come to me for this answer or these questions, and sometimes that's how you find information out. I wish I had this kind of opportunity as a kid, because there's a lot of stuff I'm still learning, as I get older, and about my own body. And as much as I want to tell my daughter how things happen with the body, it's like sometimes it's not always best described, and it's uncomfortable for parents to share this with their kids. I mean, how do you explain that? And it depends on also preference of the child, with the child whether is leaning gay, bi, or straight,
Or other, whatever they decide.
Yeah, whatever they prefer. But I mean, just in that essence, like sometimes parents can't always give all the right information, and sometimes parents, and it can be an uncomfortable conversation. I try and hopefully that my daughter would have the guts to ask me these things, but when the time comes, and hopefully she asks me. I'm leaving as much as an open communication,
Yes, I can see why, because having a conversation where it's the appeal of anal sex when you do not have a prostate, just because you you have a vagina does not mean that anal sex is off limits. Many vagina owners. Okay.
I know we're so 5-year-olds on this one.
The words, they can't say women or anything because it just would offend people,
I know, I get it.
Anyways, continue. Many vagina owners love anal play. You don't need to have a prostate to enjoy anal sex. For those without a prostate, having your anus stimulating can still be a great. Remember, all those nerves are still in the folds here. Yeah, that would be an interesting paragraph to say to your daughter. No lie. Vagina owner. Yeah. Wait, what do they call guys? What do they call guys? Penis holders or something?
No, they call them prostate holders.
Do they really?
I don't know, but that's what it sounds like from here in this article.
I'm trying to find anything that's I don't know. It's this article is just way weird, but yeah, it's weird. Like, it's good. I won't deny that this is actually some useful information, some stuff that people don't. Well, normally, you're right. It's like the internet has helped a lot. Like push sexual knowledge out there for good and bad reasons. No,
I've heard that somebody has gotten actually pregnant from anal sex because she built. Somehow what do you call that?
Oh my god, is this real? Is this real?
Yes, this is real. It's actually real. It happened.
Kind of look. Yeah. Okay. Do you have the article? You gotta have some.
No,
facts.
I don't have the article.
You have to have facts, or if you're in.
Have you ever doubted my information?
Yes.
Jesus?
Yeah. You said a lot of crazy stuff that. See here, pregnant.
So she built like a. What is the name of the word? My ex got it. Like it's a tunnel. Basically, it's like a tunnel that built up to the thing, and because she had one. God, what is that word? It keeps coming and it goes.
I'm not finding anything. No, you would think it's a news article or something.
It was, but it was a long time ago.
It still would show up. I was like, nope, it's not real. Apparently, there was a story that was a myth. Yeah, I think you're hearing about. I think the story you're talking about. It said it was a thing that was spread. Then it was found out it was faked.
No. It was So she. Oh, what was that called? I
don't know. You're spreading false information.
A fistula.
Okay, send me the link. Send me the link because at the moment everything I'm seeing is like you're. Like I want to be able to. I want to be. Like we literally talked to her about anal sex for like 30 minutes. So we have to be like we pushed a lot of true information out here. Like
okay. So this is 2019.
All right, post it.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get the link. Hold on, it's gotta post it. I'll be posted on the damn thing because I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm right.
All right, let's find out. Just be interesting because every other link.
Come on, why not? It's not posting.
Oh my god. It's not real. It's not real. Fake news out here.
Fuck you. It is real. She developed a fistula and she had problems of fistulas in the past. Why is this not popping? Son of a bitch.
It's just like it's hiding this information. Not real.
I'm not hiding this information. It's being a pissy. There
It's
he
not
goes.
real. Not real. Not real. Let's find out. When was this article? Back in 2019? Okay, not that long ago. Can you get pregnant from anal sex? The answer might surprise you. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you read it.
Can you get pregnant from anal sex? We know it sounds like a ridiculous question at first, but people do wonder, even the likelihood of pregnancy is very, very small. So in the interest of clearing up sexual health confusion, we decided to develop in the facts. Okay, so it is ever possible for women to get pregnant this way. If you don't have a certain rare medical complication, you're careful about where your partner's sperm ends up after anal sex, the answer is definitely no. There's no connection between rectal and canal and vaginal pouch. Semen must enter the vaginal pouch for you to get pregnant. So there are very unlikely exceptions to the rule. For example, if semen released during anal sex makes its way into the vaginal via your partner's hand. Here's how it happens. If under protective snacks, blah, blah, blah. Another exception would if a woman had a very rare medical condition called a rectal vaginal fistula. According to Dr. Brittano, rectal vaginal fistula is an opening between the vagina and the rectum. It can be caused by Crohn's disease or an injury that occurs during childbirth, cancer found in the pelvic area, or radiation treatment. Surgery is needed to repair the fistula. If you have anal sex while suffering from a rectal vaginal fistula, it could result in pregnancy, since the condition creates an opening between the rectum and the vagina through which sperm can theoretically travel. But anal and vaginal sex both could probably be out of the question if you have rectal vaginal fistula.
Okay, so it's possible in a very, 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 very rare individual. Yeah. Very individual.
Yes, so, it's a very rare individual thing, but it has happened. So don't say it doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Okay. So yeah, it's a 0.00001%. Sure.
When I read about a rare case, hold on, let me see this. Is this right, the article?
But it's not impossible. It's just
it's not impossible.
It's okay. No, it's almost impossible. It's almost improbable. But
but it does happen.
It has a chance. It has a possibility of happening because, like I said, that condition and plus like they're like depending on how different partners interact from that. That makes sense. But yeah, as far as the anal sex talk, like if you and your partner are comfortable and have the proper like knowledge and comfortability to do it, you go for it. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff out there, and apparently this leads in perfectly to the next topic. You gotta find the right partner. I'm looking for mine, because if you're feeling too schlubbly to have sex, it's just not you. So this is an article we were going to talk about last week. It's one of those things interesting enough that I think we talked about, like on a side note, like different, like people aren't having a lot of like connections anymore, stuff like that because of the pandemic. The way we date now. Yeah, you guys, no more your classic Netflix and chill, all that stuff. It's just, it's a lot different now. But let's see here. Why can't I read the entire article?
Many of us are feeling great with our bodies right now, and it's putting a damper on our love lives. Sex therapist advice: just start touching. Oh, I can't read it either. I have to get the subscriber sign in. Fuck that.
All right, I'm gonna go find this article where I can read it because it's annoying. Stupid articles that need to pay for. No, I will find it. Okay, I'm finding it. There it is. Why is this so small?
I don't know. Why is this so small?
Okay. Oh, there we go. A lot better. Oh no, I do not. Can I open it from here? Damn it. No. Come on. Maybe I can use it on my phone.
I don't know.
Oh. The article we were going to try to read from last week is not letting us read it.
Oh, man.
Damn. No. But from what I understand, it's like people are they just aren't feeling their best selves. Like, it's understandable. If you're not, like, feeling your, like, sexy self, like, why get in the mood anymore? Mm-hmm. Like, it's understandable. For some people, they took advantage of the pandemic and made positives for themselves. But a lot of people just decided to kind of, like, just kind of treat it as, like, a long vacation. And a lot of people let themselves go, and I won't deny that. When you don't really have to worry about working or anything, you just kind of relax, and instead of Netflix and chill, you just Netflix and binge for days on end. I can't find this article and wait to read it. That sucks.
Oh wow.
But
We
no,
don't feel that schlubbiness.
but yeah, it's one of those things where like everyone gets in that frustrated with like I'm just trying to see if I can open this. I just don't want to get the article wrong, but it kind of makes sense. It's just people want connections and stuff like that, but they sometimes like I'm not feeling
It's insecurity. I mean, naturally, it's all insecurity. I mean, we haven't really been out in public. We're not keeping our physiques, and if some people did, good for you guys. Props to you. I wish I had that opportunity, but not likely. So, but yeah, I mean, I get it because I feel that. I know I gained at least 20 pounds from the pandemic itself, and it's been hard on me, and I know I need to lose it, but at the same time, with the stress of everything between work and being a single mom, and trying to find that gym that's closer by. So, still there?
No, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to find this article.
It's not gonna happen, man.
I'm trying. I want to, but no, yeah, it's just people just trying to just find themselves a little bit more. But I had some stuff on this article that had more stuff, but apparently it's just not
happening.
Not happening. That sucks. That sucks. There's more to this article. Whatever. But yeah, if you're just not feeling it, just sometimes you just need to get yourself back into the mood. I know sometimes maybe try something new. We just literally had like a 30-minute discussion on anal sex. Maybe that'd be your next thing. Try something spicy. You never know what you and your partner might try. Yeah. Just
you might find a new kink you might like. Who knows?
Exactly. You never know.
Not kink shaming anybody, okay? I know Zeus says I'm kink shaming everybody lately.
So yeah, just fine. If you're having issues finding a partner, it might take time a little longer, but just do your best out there and about, and yeah. I think that we're gonna end it there. To just do your best. If you're feeling schlubby, just try something new, and just kind of get yourself a little bit more motivated.
Have fun, enjoy it. Kama Sutra. It's been out there for years. Let's try something new.
Exactly. But yeah. So I'll let you bring us out.
Well, don't forget to look at our merch at Dominus.com.
Merch.tyrant.dominus.com.
And pod 10 for your discount code. Have some sex. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Everybody's gonna have some fun. Enjoy it while you do it, because that's the whole point. It's about the connection when you make it with everybody, when you have sex with somebody. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun out there. Be safe out there. As always, we are Convoluted Podcasters. Isn't Jesus? Let's get the show on the road.
Later. Bye.
Hey.